Well, Happy New Year, 2025. I really wonder what brings you to my site. Now, the thing that would bring me to my site would be curiosity. And so the same thing brought me to Jacob Rafelson. And I realized that my vision was wiped out because of my reading habits as a child. 100%. The only thing that creates myopia is kids doing this, uncontrolled. And nobody attempts to control the kid, which means myopia must go on forever. The only exception to that is, of course, Rupa Wong, who knows the science well enough to stop it before it starts. Everyone else is lost. I do give special credit to Jake Steiner. Some people go to later minus and get a refractive change in a positive direction, which probably might get them to 20/60. They might pass the DMV. And if that's their goal, then he's successful. In a way, that would be my success too. Now, what got to me by Jacob Rafelson was I'd figured out that at birth, all eyes are dynamic systems. If you don't understand that concept, you're not an engineer and you don't understand control systems, which is okay, but you're not going to understand anything I say, basically. I obviously support Rupa Wong and family. I don't see people getting out of nearsightedness unless they do what Rupa does or what I'm doing. And that is making objective measurements of my Snellen. You can say, well, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not medical. I can't make objective measurements, and so forth, so forth. But it's all bullshit. But of course, I know how to make measurements. I don't really claim recovery from 2050, except I did it, and you won't believe me. I measure my refractive state, which is the only right way to do it. It takes a little skill and patience. I have no problems wearing a plus for the years. If I went too positive in terms of refractive state, I'd quit wearing plus. But I'm comfortable with plus a half diopter in 2020. There's nothing medical in what I'm doing. Anybody could do it. I would have no problem doing this with a review of an ophthalmologist, except I make the measurements. He would look out for actual medical problems, and I have no medical problems. So let's go back to what brings you here. You're welcome, of course. I'm here because of curiosity, and curiosity got me to Jake's Rafelson. I found through his granddaughters that he'd kept them wearing the plus lens through the school years. And bingo, that's the only answer. But kids don't like the plus, so they don't wear it. So myopia will never be solved. Even the academic community, they make money by writing papers that mean nothing to get funding to run studies that don't accomplish anything. They don't tell the person what they're doing. In the studies, they don't tell you is your goal to get out of it and give you the capability to doing it yourself. They never say that. You're a patient. You're supposed to be profoundly ignorant and remain ignorant, which means you'll never have a study that works. So that's where I wound up. Jacob Rafelson thought he could enthuse optometrists to help. There's no question, no optometrist is going to help you. There's no money in it. It's even worse than that. They don't want you to do anything. They don't want you to be under measurement control. They don't want anyone to be successful. Absolutely. There's no money in it for them and never will be. So, with all that, I'm Dr. Dick Rafelson, and what comes out of these review, Jake is concerned, knows this is doing it. And when he tried to talk to the parents, the same story. Ignorance destroys everything. And they were ignorant and destroyed. So he said one major thing, two major things. talking about the minus lens. He called it poison. And all optometrists say, oh, no, I don't know where you get that idea, so forth, so forth, so forth. But of course, they don't want scientific truth. Scientific truth is a math model, if you want to say it that way. All eyes control their refractive state to the average of the accommodation. You change the average accommodation, and the eye changes accordingly. That's math and science. There's nothing medicine in that. So that's basically intuitive. Rafelson stopped his kids from doing that and had them wear the plus during the school years, same as Rupert Wong is doing, her own kids. And he said, or his optometrist said, they won't stand for it. Meaning they don't want to talk science to you and about prevention yourself. They won't stand for it. You won't stand for it. Prevention is imposition in your lifestyle, period. When you're at 2040, it's at 2040 or 2050, it's a choice. Oh, I hate the plus. I'm not going to wear it. I want to do something else, like, who knows, active focus, who knows. But if you're going to do that, what I say to that, I show the statistic endlessly. You'll be lucky if you stay at 2050 in the school years, and you won't. So you have, I guess, three choices. Do nothing, hope for the best, and hope you remain at the DMV level, and that's okay. Or get a strong minus lens. Your optometrist will convince you you need incredibly sharp vision, very impressive. Now you will go down, probably about one diopter per year. Now your cause is lost. It's over for you. Don't bother anymore. Don't even bother reading anything or thinking. You missed it when you were 2040. The other possibility is you read my book. There must be something in you that gives you motivation. And that was, of course, Sterling Colgate. And it's very serious motivation. You must have enough scientific sense to understand it. And in each person's scientific sense is different. But if I'm a pilot and I'm, let's say, 2040, 2050, I still pass the DMV part, the FAA part, third class, but not the 2020. And that is a person I think would be willing to take science seriously and wear a plus to go from 2050 to 2030, all by his measurements. And keep on going till the refraction changes to positive, measured with your Snellen and the test lenses, and keep on wearing the plus. And quite frankly, keep on wearing the plus is for me, is the only right scientific answer. So I don't know what you're going to take away from this. My relatives get most of this. And I didn't really ask them to get out of it. I asked them to never start wearing a minus lens as long as they pass the DMV. And don't sweat it. But if they want to get better, they're going to have to do what I'm doing. And the question is, do I run a risk? Well, I got 20/20. Well, I put down the +2 and read at 20 inches. Once I got to 2050, I had no problem doing it. And then I went back to my the habit that killed me. I was reading at 10 inches. And that's what killed me as a child. And that's where you wear a plus. So today, I eat your own medicine. I read a +4 at 10 inches. I could read at 10 inches with a +2.5. But since I listen to what I preach, I'll wear a +4. It's very comfortable. And 2 for reading newspapers at 20 inches. So that's what I do. It's very pleasant. And actually, I'm probably the only person who took Rafelson seriously and used the plus on myself. Once I was 2050 from cataract surgery. So that's my 2025 discussion. People try to develop points, get followers. I don't look for followers. If you're intelligent and curious, then of course you should be here and ask questions. And other than that, I don't tell what a person should do. I lay out the facts and he decides whether he wants to get out of 2040 or just stay at 2040. And add your own commentary, and thank you.